Today I will synchronize the carburetors, and to synchronize the carburetors you must have a special tool, and I know that you can make that tool by yourself. You can buy lots of PVC pipes, metal adapters and some transmission fluid, and if you connect everything in the right way you will have a tool that will help you synchronize the carburetors. But 70 euros gets you a tool specially designed for that, suitcase full of goodies, full of adapters, full of pipes, just to do everything that you have to do to synchronize the carburetors. Do I know how to do it? Absolutely not. But I have a workshop manual and I will do everything according to the workshop manual. Let's start. So at first you have to get them into a starting position, which is used at the beginning of adjustment. So the first you need to detach the accelerator rod and completely slacken the screws which regulate the idle speed and the balance between the front and the rear carburetors. So yeah, remove the rod, slackened both of the screws, and then you have to find a touching point between the rods of the front and rear carburetors. So it means that you need to hold one of the rods and then adjust the screw on the other until both of the rods touch each other. And then you need to again rotate the screw which is used to set the idle speed until it touches the lever. The second thing you have to do, you have to screw all the way in screws which are marked as number 4 in the diagram. So when you screw them in, just it's marked that you must be careful not to strain them. Then you have to back them up by 4 turns. And this is where you should get a starting position for the engine. So when I'll do all of these previously mentioned adjustments, I will start an engine and get it up to the temperature. As bad as it sounds, it is ready to be adjusted. Synchronizing carburetors is all about getting the same readings on all of the vacuum meters. And at first you can see that the rear carburetor makes much more vacuum than the front one. And that means that they have to adjust the balance between the carburetors. And it is done by adjusting a screw which connects the rods on the both of the carburetors. And once I found the balance between the carburetors, I have to do the final adjustments by adjusting the screw on each of the barrels. And now you can see that the readings on all of the vacuum meters are pretty much the same, and it translates into the engine working really nicely. The engine feels much more responsive and idles much nicer. Okay, enough. Now let's disassemble the tool and let's go for a test drive. Okay, so let's go for a test drive. a little nicer.
Yeah, looks much nicer.
It would be nice to have working door locks on this Alfetta. Unfortunately, the lock is stuck, but I think it's just a matter of adding lots of penetrating oil so the stuck parts start to move again and the lock will work. The last thing for today, gearbox oil change. I bought myself 3 liters of 75 W90 gearbox oil and I'll just go under Alfetta and I will change it. Oh yes. This is the drain plug, and the bad news that it is full of something. And the question is if it's just a sludge from an old oil or is it full of metal. And I'll check it with a magnet. You see? You see? Oh wow. Bah. So the drain plug is full of metal particles, and I'm not sure if this amount of metal is okay with the gearbox. Actually, it works just fine. It has no bad sounds whatsoever in any of the gears. So for now, I'll just replace the oil and leave it as it is. So I'm wrapping up another day. The carburetors are synchronized, the engine works pretty nice, it idles well, pulls really nicely. I feel that this engine is quite healthy. I've changed the gearbox oil and I also did my best to make this Alfetta look nicer. I added lots of missing trim and I even, you cannot really say, but I even washed it. And for now, I have to go to the technical inspection. And I'm sure that I will find many things that I still have to be fixed, but my imagination is over. I don't know what else can I do for this car for it to be road legal. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video at least a little interesting. I really appreciate everyone who has been following this series from the beginning. Thank you and see you next time.